Yeah, basically the journey started back in 2011. However, the company throughout the years has expanded to other countries also.
Hmm.
They had a really good roundup of investments into the company coming in. So the plan was to expand to other countries also. So yeah, Cyprus was one of the options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Real Cyprus. I am Alexandros Tsangaridis,
I'm Kyriakos Charalambos.
and today we're talking about digital disruption in real estate with Dr. Andreas Peratikos. Andrea, welcome to the studio.
Hello. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. Sorry. It's a pleasure being with you today. I must say you're doing a really great job. I've watched all of your podcasts up to now.
So you're a fan,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I must admit that.
A
So
subscriber.
a subscriber.
so yeah, this type of initiatives contribute positively to our profession. So you're doing a really great job. So keep it up, guys. Congratulations once again,
Thank you for your time.
and thank you for having me again.
So, Andrea, before we jump into what you do, just to level the playing field, if you could spend a couple of minutes telling us about yourself, your experience in the real estate so far, and what do you do?
Okay, so my name is Andreas Peratikos. I am the head of sales at BidX1 Cyprus, a property auction platform which has been active in Cyprus since 2019. I have a background studies in the real estate profession, and I have approximately 10 years plus of experience in the real estate industry.
Thank you very much. So, starting from BidX1, okay, because from what I know at least, and please
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong, it's a platform that is active in many countries. The journey started around 2011, I think, when we're doing our research
No,
in
no,
from
no.
Dublin. So, starting from there, what made a global company such as BidX1 look into Cyprus? Was it your initiative? Was it theirs? Why did they start it like the operations here?
So yeah, basically the journey started back in 2011. However, the company throughout the years has expanded to other countries also.
Hmm.
They had a really good roundup of investments into the company coming in. So the plan was to expand to other countries also. So yeah, Cyprus was one of the options because of different characteristics of the country, such as the legal system, the legal framework. And so yeah, it was one of the options. So it was considered as also it's a small country whereby if you don't succeed, let's say, the damage is not that big. So it was one of the first options. So the company decided to come on board in Cyprus. And since 2019, it has been active and we're doing really good. We have sold up to now 1,200 properties plus, and we have a lot of active bidders. We have bidders from 11 countries plus,
Hmm.
Europe, Asia, the UK, Lebanon, and also local people who are interested to invest in property. So yeah, we're doing really good, and I think this year is going to go really good because the figures say that it's a really promising year for us. For the first quarter of 2025, we made approximately 11 million of sales.
Okay.
We had approximately 450 approved bidders. So yeah, things are going well, and we're gonna keep it up this way.
It's interesting
Nice.
because I'm guessing there were all also low barriers of entry, meaning there were not that many
Mhm.
competitors, if any, at the time that you guys decided to come. And yeah, I mean it's a period, especially after COVID, that we see a lot of increase in demands. And yeah, I will agree with you based on the data that we have at Domenica Group. Today is a good year, as it was last year, and the specific trends that the following. And before we move on, I wanted to ask you. You said you have bidders, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Who is typically the supplier of the properties? Do you work with specific companies, financial institutions, etc., or could be anybody using your services to basically sell an asset?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. We are a typical licensed real estate agency. flipped the other way around. Our procedures differentiate in terms of traditional sales, but our clients mostly is everyone. So private clients, we have investment funds, we have banks, we have property developers. So it's not exclusive service to a specific type of client. Anyone can sell through our platform. So we do have a specific time frame to complete the deal. We do have specific guidelines to complete the deal. So anyone can sell with us. The only difference from a traditional sale is the procedure and the process. So anyone can sell with us, anyone can buy from us.
Just nice.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It's you know it's a new way. Well, it's not really new, but it's a different approach,
Mhm.
and it saves from your side of the transaction a lot of, let's say, the admin parts,
Mhm.
because basically it's an easier medium of people just saying, I want to buy this, I have this for sale, and just use that digital platform to do it. Because the reason I'm asking is because I want to get everybody on the same level, because mistakenly,
Mhm.
exactly since it's something new for us, a lot of people associate BidX1 only with, say, bank repos, which is actually not the case.
Mhm.
It is, I'm guessing, one of the applications,
Mhm.
but that's why I asked the question, to basically, even for myself, to understand exactly the process. But I know that Alexandros wanted to grill you a bit and has prepared a
No,
line
it's
of
very interesting.
questioning.
I'm learning new things.
Okay.
So we all know that online auctions are not yet the norm in
Mhm.
Cyprus. How do you build trust with clients who are used to more conventional ways of selling properties?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. As I said before, the end result is the same. So the end result is selling a property. So it's the same thing we all want. We are a usual licensed real estate agency. However, we do the things the other way around. We flip the things the other way around, and I will elaborate on that on later on. So let's start with the most important thing. Everything is done online. Everything 100%, the whole procedure is done online. So it's full, transparent, secure, and efficient. So it's a real-time bidding platform whereby interested parties can see the actual bidding happening live onto their screens. And the most exciting part of this procedure is that they can bid from anywhere around the globe.
Okay.
So anyone can buy a property through our platform, being anywhere around the world. So you can buy a property being on vacation, so playing golf, for example. So as long as you pass the KYC procedures, which is
Expensive
Yeah,
vacations.
specification.
so one of the other important things which kind of makes a difference with the traditional sales is that each bidding process, each sale through an auction is unconditional, meaning that if you are the successful buyer, you do have a specific time frame to complete the deal and pay
Okay.
the whole amount.
That was one of my questions.
So the deal is much more faster from the client side, that he's willing to buy a property, but also from the property owner side, from the vendor side. So the way the procedure is scheduled, the selling of the property, if we do have approved bidders, is much faster, much more transparent, and much more secure, because we do provide all the legal documents of each property beforehand. So in case a client is interested to buy property, he can view at his own time all the legal documentation of the property, such as plans, title deeds, search of the land registry, everything that is available to us. So he can go and take an independent legal advice beforehand and before taking part to the auction. So we do provide all the documents, and also the pictures of the properties, everything that we do have in our possession, and then the clients can compete to the auction. So the whole procedure is much more different, I would say, than the traditional method, but it is much more faster, and I would say much more secure, both from the client side and from the vendor side.
Okay, so I have a time frame to actually buy to prove the funds.
Mhm.
If I don't, what happens to the property? Goes back on another bidding.
First of all, you lose your deposit if
Okay.
you
How much is that?
It depends from the value of the property. For example, if a property is worth up to 50,000, the deposit is 2,000
Okay.
plus the auction rights,
The fees,
a small amount, fee amount for the auction. Then for properties up to, let's say, 200,000, the amount of the deposit increases. So the deposit is based on the value, on the reserve price indicated on our website. So if you do not complete the deal, within the agreed specified time frame, then you lose your deposit. With this way, the vendors are quite sure that every single person that participates into the auction is serious about it.
Okay, and he's valid and
Yes,
been
he's
checked
legit.
and
He
He has
most
skin in the
likely,
game already.
yeah, most likely he will complete the deal. So with this way, we're ensuring for our clients, which in this case are the vendors, that look, your property is in good hands. It's going to be sold. All of our bidders are approved. They're paying the deposit. So there's a high chance if your property is exposed and quite marketable and good condition, it will be sold efficiently and quite fast.
okay.
And you said, so in the beginning, if we start like your journey from 2019,
Mhm,
okay, you had COVID in the middle, which I'm sure helped tremendously.
mhm.
But the thing is, how easy was it to actually start becoming popular in a close-minded market such as the real estate of Cyprus? Because it's something that we have discussed many times in this podcast. Although there is, let's say, room and also willingness for innovation, and let's face it, especially in the developer side, we are entities that typically we have also the money to innovate and try new ideas,
Mhm.
such as trusting a digital platform. It's also true that it's a market that moves slowly and doesn't easily get outside of its norm. So, how easy was it to get people to trust that the process that sounds legit, easy, fast, secure is really that? Did it take like a few big names to trust you, or was it more of a steady, let's say, process?
I would say it was a more steady process because as you proceed with successful deals and people get to buy from you, and people that participated into the auctions have seen that this thing actually works.
Okay.
For example, we have a lot of repetitive clients. Each
Mhm.
month they log in, they participate into auctions, they take their chances for properties. So people that have been successful in buying from us, they do come back again. So this thing increases. I mean, over the years, we have seen that there's a gradual normalization of online transactions. So I believe with the years to come, the audience, let's say, will increase to online transactions. Because let's be honest, after COVID, when COVID finished and everything was open again, everyone said that it's okay to work from home, for example.
Yeah.
It's okay to buy something from online. Let's try it. It's okay to do things online. So I believe now, over the years, more and more people are taking part into
Mhm.
the auctions. And yes, we do have a lot of people that it's their first time taking part into the auctions. And when they see that even if they're not successful, the whole amount is returned back to them after they took part into the auction, even if they didn't win the property. So they gain trust to our platform, to our company. And this is how we gradually, step by step, increase our audience. And now with the integration of many things, such as AI, the virtual tours, the real-time analytics, everyone, which lead to smarter decisions,
Yeah.
obviously, everyone are starting to, get a better feeling of the online process.
And because like you mentioned at some point in the beginning that Cyprus was selected because among other things
Mhm.
it had similarities, sorry, in terms of the legal framework with Ireland and the UK where the company started from, which makes sense. But in an attempt to touch a bit on the negative sides, how easy was it for you guys to piece everything together, knowing that especially in the era post 2018 when you guys started, let's say the procedures in terms of the KYC AML or from financial institutions in Cyprus became way stricter than what it used to be. And from the other side, with land registry and other government entities being in the beginning completely non-digital and now trying to be digital, because even that transformation poses a threat and a risk
Agree.
for companies like
Agree.
you.
Yeah. Well, look, in the beginning, it was not easy. It was not easy. With new ventures, always the beginning is hard until you adapt into the system, until you actually see the difficulties that are coming up. So it was not that easy. Obviously, over the years, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
Over the years, we have learned a lot. We have improved, and also we do have in our team very experienced people.
Hmm.
We do have support from other countries also. So we do have a dedicated team to help all the interested clients that are willing to buy, and they're willing to, consult everyone that, wants to know about the procedure. But yeah, I must say it
Hmm.
was not an easy task. But we have seen that now that most of the things are digitalized, we are in front. We
Okay.
are in front, and we are pioneers in this industry, especially in Cyprus. And I believe we are one of the best property auction platforms in the world.
It's interesting because I think it's new to me. I'm guessing to you as well, Alex. So
Yeah, yeah,
it became from a discussion to basically a line of questioning to to
yeah.
Andreas.
Yeah, we
So
need to know. We need to
no,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So because I know you wanted to there was more things in that magic list
No,
of yours that you
actually,
wanted to.
it's going well. It's going well.
You explain well. Okay.
I was going to ask, what types of buyers are gravitating towards your platform?
Okay, mostly, I would say mostly it's local buyers.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
that's interesting.
yes, we do have a lot of local buyers because we do have a lot of properties that are situated in rural areas.
Okay.
So obviously, an investor, in order to invest in rural areas, he needs to know the area good.
When you
So
say local, by the way, you refer only to, let's say, Greek Cypriots or also non-Greek Cypriots that reside here and then by default
no,
that's a different market for
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
that's a different market.
Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that, to be honest.
No, and mostly it's local clients, and but as I said before, we also have foreign investors. We do have bidders from 11 different countries around the globe, but recently we have seen that the UK and Lebanon are quite active. So
Okay,
yeah, we do have a
Lebanon.
yes, obviously because of the
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
going
yeah.
Yeah.
around. Yeah, and one of the main reasons is that because anyone can join online and buy property online and can see the documents online, can send the documents online. So because it's an online procedure, that's why we do have interest from a lot of countries. But yeah, most of the clients are locals, I would say. Most of the deals are completed by local people. Yeah.
So, Andreas, can you walk us through how a property deal works on BidX?
Okay. First of all, we receive the instructions from our vendors, our clients. The property is listed online with the full details and legal documentation, as we mentioned before. So all the legal documentations are uploaded beforehand. So all the clients that are interested to participate to the auction can view the title deeds, the plans, anything that concerns the property in terms of the legal aspect. Then once the property is uploaded to the website along with the photos and everything, the marketing campaign begins. We advertise in different digital media, social partner networks, and then the registration for the properties open almost a week before the auction.
Okay.
So the registration opens almost a week before the auction, and after the clients have made their research, their due diligence, they're ready to participate to the auction. In order to do that, they must press a little blue button under the photos which says register online for the auction. You have instructions there where it takes you to upload an ID and a passport, a recent utility bill, and then if everything is okay, you pay the deposit,
Mhm.
and then you're approved to participate to the auction. That's it. It's a very normal, very
Yeah,
easy
pretty
procedure.
straightforward, yes.
And then at the day of the auction, you log in with your credentials because you need to have an account with us.
Yeah.
So when you make an account, you log in with your credentials since you have already paid and you're approved. And at the day of the auction, the time of the auction, you log in and you're ready to place your bid.
So
Once
do I see the bidding or is it blind?
Yes, you can see the live, the bidding, but you don't see names.
Yeah,
Okay.
of
You
course.
just
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a number of each client. Each client has a discrete number, and you see that
The amount that
the
they are
amount
bidding.
increases or increases, no
Okay.
decreases. So the amount increases. So if you want to bid more than the amount, you can bid. And at the last minute before the auction closes, if a bid comes in, then the time is renewed for another 60 seconds
Okay.
in order to allow for all the people that participated to the auction to take their time and see if they're willing to place a bid higher than the amount. So that's it. When the auction finishes, then the contract is signed digitally. So everything happens online, and then, as we said, the completion happens within the set time frame, which is about 45 working days.
Okay. I used it once, to be honest.
Did you? Did
Yeah,
you
the
buy
platform.
something?
I did.
Okay.
And it was. I must say that first of all, it was fascinating. So in the beginning, instead of actually doing the jobs I was supposed to do, I was just like watching the platform,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah,
understand how it
yeah. I'm being
works and
curious.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
We
course.
do have a bidding demo in
Yeah,
our
you do,
website.
but and,
Yeah.
and you would
Okay.
assume that somebody would do that first, but I didn't. Uh, and yeah, the thing is, it was actually pretty straightforward to do. And I remember the point that because at the end it was probably me with another person, and we were like bidding, and every time somebody bid, you had to there was like 60 more seconds, 60 more seconds. And in the beginning, it was kind of annoying, but then you start understanding why, because after a point, it
Yeah.
really comes to
1,000
do
euros.
I
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Is it still a good deal? Is it not a good deal? But it was a very
Yes.
interesting experience. And yeah, I confirmed that it was quite straightforward, quite easy. Let's say way easier than what we are used to when we have to go as a developer, I go as Domenica Group to buy land from somebody or anything. Yeah, that process can take a bit
Yeah,
slightly more time.
it's the thing we said before. It's much more easier for clients to buy, much more faster, but also much more easier for vendors or property owners to sell their
Yeah.
properties because
Okay.
the whole process is very fast. It happens online. You
Mhm.
can watch everything, full transparency. So everything is legit. So yeah, I remember now when you was saying about the time expanding 60 seconds, 60 seconds. We recently had a property in Ayia Napa. It was sold 148% over the reserve price. So you can imagine how much time it took for the auction to finish. So 148% above reserve
1,000 more,
level.
1,000 more, 1,000 more, 1,000 more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the bidding increments, if we see that the property is worth
And
a good amount.
do you
Yes, the bidding
control the
increments.
increments?
Yes, the
Okay.
bidding increments may differ. We may have 2,000, 5,000. It
Okay,
depends.
okay,
So yeah,
okay.
you sell something that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
50K or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
5 million.
It's
It's
not the
yeah, it
same.
does
It's
make
the same.
sense. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, thank you very much
Very
for
interesting.
your time. It was very interesting to me, at least, to understand a bit more how it works, and it's good to see companies like BidX1 moving into Cyprus. Not moving, I mean by now basically having a very solid presence and growth, and the future is digital. That is true.
I agree. I agree.
Finally our government took it, because you said you watched the previous podcast, you will see that we try to discuss about what we can improve in general in the market, and I
Of
think that
course.
that's the most important
Important,
thing.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
we hope that you enjoyed it. I don't know if you want to add like a closing remark from your side.
Yes, I would like to thank you for having me here. It was a really
Thank you
great
for coming
opportunity.
from Limassol to
As
your
I said,
hometown on
as I said,
Paphos.
I am a big fan. Thank you for having me. I wish all the best to you. More episodes to come. I hope you reach 1,000 episodes of your
Oh,
podcast.
that's a bit too much, 1,000. But
How many
I'm sure we're gonna see you in the second season. We are now at episode 12.
12.
Yeah, yeah.
12. Very good. Thank you once again for having me.
Thank you for your
It was a
time.
pleasure meeting you again.
Likewise.
So, yeah, all the best, guys. All the best.
Thank
You
you.
too. And thank you for watching, and see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.